Okay. Okay, there we have it. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Anonnie's Temple, the Temple of the High Priestess for the prophecy reading. Um, so this is impromptu. I'm going to try to do a sun channeling for you all because the sun is at the right angle, the right brightness, and I feel like it's just a good time of day for me to give it a shot, to take a shot at it, to take a whack at it. When I do my sun channelings, they're a lot slower, they're a lot more relaxed. I always preface them by saying that I don't interact with the chat. I'm not even going to be looking at the camera. Okay? So when I do my sun channelings and I get, like whatever the message is, it may not even make any sense. But usually what I find is that this is like a very free association channeling, a very free, exercising the throat chakra, honoring the throat chakra type of an exercise and reading that I like to do. Usually I find when I watch these sun channelings back that the messages do end up making sense. But when I share them, it could just sometimes feel like a different story or something. So I'm going to do this sun channeling, and I welcome in the divine gods and goddesses, deities of benevolence and sun light energy to join me, as I will be by thy honor to deliver a prophecy reading or any reading you would like for us to share or for me to share. And for me to channel at this time the highest and greatest good and benevolence to all beings. Thank you, sun energy, and thank you, sunlight. Glory be to thee, the highest creator of all things, and source one. I woke up today very, very grateful. And so I just want to say thank you to the source creator of all things for showing me who I really am. I'm seeing a jersey number 33, and the jersey is a deep turquoise. It also looks a bit mesh-like. I'm getting someone who's been practicing sprinting. And I'm also seeing someone who is practicing a breathing technique where it's like the exhale is actually shorter than the inhale. And I see them getting into this like mode. I'm hearing them say beast mode. They get into this like beast mode or something for their performance in the soccer league. I heard Trudy is their assistant. Their assistant's name is Trudy. And they're showing me a little girl who has, this is Trudy's daughter, I believe. It's like a little girl who is wearing like a bow on like a little dress or something. I'm seeing them inside the stadium or like backstage, so to speak. I think that this little girl wanted to meet this man or wanted to meet a soccer player or an athlete. I'm also hearing McDonald, like the fast food restaurant, but without the S. They're telling me that. Okay, so as I Yeah, they don't like that I interrupted that. My bad. But listen, I gotta. Sometimes there are like some disclaimers that I just feel like I have to do before I do these channelings, okay? So I'm gonna say here, like, this is for entertainment purposes only, okay? Everything could be right, everything could be wrong. You know what I mean? Take the messages how they resonate and take accountability and responsibility for your resonance. Not sharing anything to create any form of fear for anyone. So if it just seems like it's a bit too much or it's not the right time for this message to be heard, it's okay. Honor your hearing. They're showing me that there's a reptilian being who has been lurking around. They're telling me that there's a reptilian being who has been lurking around, and someone is lurking on the reptilian being that's lurking on you. They want me to say that is where the term lurking actually comes from. They're taking common vernacular that describes the behaviors that they do to try, they're taking vernacular or language that actually describes what they do, and they're inserting it into common vernacular, like into common language, where common folks will use the word lurking without really knowing what it means. It's because reptilian beings lurk. I'm hearing look up the definition. It's interesting. It's like they're showing me this thing that looks like halfway a dinosaur, and it's bipedal, but halfway like a reptile. And it's actually in another dimension when it's watching you. Okay? When it's like lurking, I'm getting something about like um how to say here. I feel here that this is a person who does laps around where you habitate, around your habitat. That's what I'm getting here. It's like but they never cross a threshold. They cannot cross a particular threshold. In some ways, it is similar to having a restrictive degree. Hold on. An order of restriction. Hold on. Okay, they're saying it's in some ways like having a restriction order on someone, but it's like spiritually. So this energy just like kind of lingers or lurks around the threshold that they just cannot pass through. So I'm hearing you may be picking up on that tension, but know that they cannot pass excuse me, they cannot pass through the threshold. There's something here about drinking pineapple juice. There's something here about how pineapple juice is actually poisonous to reptilians or something. I don't know if that's there's something about that. Something about pineapple juice that can be a deterrent to reptilian energies. They're showing me in the same way how they professed like garlic to vampires, right? Because garlic doesn't it kill parasites, right? It's like a potent anti-parasitic medicinal herb, okay, or oil, medicinal plant, okay. They're saying there's something similar about pineapples to these reptilians. And then you know what's been interesting lately too? Lately, I've been receiving a lot of energies that I think may be from some deceased people. And they're saying it's a reflection of the times. Some being has to give up because it cannot pass over this threshold. It can't do it. They're showing me it's as though this being is standing at a door, but you have it locked. And all they can do is just jiggle the handle and maybe try to sound really obnoxious or annoying, but it's like, but the door's locked though, isn't it? And I heard you're not opening it anytime soon. They're saying there's something about the frequency in the song Higher Love by Whitney Houston. There must be a higher love. That could be particularly remedy. That could be a particular remedy for some people going through a tough time. Listening to Higher Love by Whitney Houston for its energetic resonance, for the hertz of her vocal cords. They're saying that's what's missing in the music industry, the hertz of the vocal cords. They're saying the tone. I want to say there's something here about like offering somebody a bag of chips. I'm seeing someone in the stadium again, and they're holding a bag of chips, and it's like they're like munching. And then like the soccer player or somebody walks by, and you just kind of like, you just kind of like, hey, you want like some chips or something? And then like the soccer player stops and reaches his hand and eats a couple of chips and like gives you a tip off, like a nod off or something. And then he goes back, under the stadium or back to the locker room, wherever it is that they go. I'm going to tell you that somebody's grandfather on their paternal side was abducted by a mantis being. They showed me. And I feel like it even happened to your father. They didn't tell you this about your father, that your father was actually abducted by a mantis being because of his intellect. Nobody's told you this. It was because he was like a mechanical engineer, or he had some type of mind, some like frequency to the language of mathematics or something. Like he had some type of um, supreme intellect in a specific area, and they keep showing me metal or engineering or like creating a blueprint or putting metals together, something like this. Back engineering, back engineering. Your father did that. I don't think he even really told anyone that he was abducted by this mantis being. He said, but he's telling you now because you're ready for it. Oh, whew. Let me ground. This mantis being actually has a name. This man, I feel like I want to say this man because your father is coming across like a bit testy or something, but it's like this man, the mantis being actually has a name. Like they were on a first name basis working together in a facility, in like a bunker. I even feel that this mantis being has come to you before, cloaked. And I feel that he's done it. Why is he laughing? Oh my gosh. I think he's done it twice. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you some far out shit here. I think that this mantis being has purposefully walked past you on the sidewalk. But otherwise, he's saying that he has shown up to you in a dream state or like in the in between, like liminal space, right before you fall asleep. He has like appeared in front of you. And I feel like if I may even share, I feel here that he also showed up with your father or you saw him around your father one day. Something like that. Like you could tell that your father knew this being or something. I feel like as a child, maybe you got like a glimpse of it or something. Because I'm here, they you know what they're telling me? They're telling me about this dolphin and the Gerald situation. This dolphin named Gerald who took that man down and blah blah blah, and he built this city. And it has all these people discussing the same angle of reality. That angle being, what? Dolphins can do that? Right? So remember, that's like a pretty third dimensional interpretation. Remember, it's like you're looking at a crystal. There are so many fractals of light that can come out of the core of an experience or the core of an image, an idea, a blueprint, a situation, or an event. So, with this Gerald event, I want to give you a higher perspective from higher love, so to speak, here. This is actually a signifier to show that your interdimensional beings, or I want to say in some ways, like your interdimensional familiar beings, are going to begin to show up to you. Of course, remember, look at the story and see how they framed it as fear. It's framed as fear. What are the dolphins' intentions? What are those slippery fellas really up to? It's meant to incite fear, but taking a higher look at what it truly means, didn't they just tell you that soon you'll have familiars approach you? Soon familiars are going to approach you and you shall come together and build together. Right? Look at the generalized notion of the story block and then take away the emotions from it. What are they actually saying as the underlying meaning of the story? That people are about to be communicating with familiars, which have previously been seen as animals or other dimensional beings, so to speak, that these interactions begin. They're showing me a rose in a black box. Almost like when you have a rose that's in, is it called epoxy? But I think this person, I see somebody giving you a gift. I'm seeing somebody take you out to dinner and it's like an all black event or like a black tie event. And someone you have a man here. You're at a black tie event, you are dressed up, your hair's in an updo, you're wearing a very beautiful black gown that has a couple of like, I'm seeing the straps are diamonds, honey. Maybe not diamonds, but like, whatever, like diamonds, who cares? I said it. But that's what I'm seeing, like just like a very classy black dress, okay? And I'm seeing that this man invited you to this event as his plus one. And he comes to find you as you're waiting in the lobby for him. Like you went through, there was some anxiety that you had about like passing through, or there's some anxiety about being in this space because it comes across as exclusive and incredibly upscale. But I feel here like you were invited to this place nonetheless. That's just a bit of friction or just a bit of anxiety, but that's all. As you become accustomed to this new pool of living or the new pool of a lifestyle. And so I'm seeing that this man, you're waiting in the lobby, it's actually in an opera house. You're in an opera house. And I think there's a performance, and I think there's also dinner at this opera house. Okay, and I'm seeing him come out and you're waiting there in the lobby and he like comes to grab you because you don't know where to go or what to do and you weren't sure if you should text him or call him, but he knew, he was able to anticipate your time of arrival. And so he's out, so he comes up to you while you're in the lobby. And I'm seeing him give you this gift. It's like a square black box, and it's like there's a rose in it that's a large singular rose with like many petals, and it is somewhat frozen in time in glass. That's what I see him giving you. To me, it looks like a paperweight. Okay, it looks like a paperweight, but I think that there's more meaning and depth to the gift than that. But just with me showing you this now, you can only see it from as you understand it now. So it looks like it's a paperweight. Okay. I'm hearing Johnny Cash. I'm also hearing something like Johnny Blue. Johnny Cash Blue Boy, Johnny Blue, something like this. Why is Johnny so blue? I don't know. Something like that. I feel like I'm flipping through some type of like antique film camera or something. They're showing me you traveling and you're actually in like a forest, or you're in like an Amazonian space or like a jungle type environment. And I see they're showing me something of like an ancestral mask. The mask is shaped like this. I don't know what shape this is, like a rounded triangle. Okay, it's like shaped like this, but it's long and thin with rounded corners. And at the top of the mask is a circle, and then there's a face, but the face is like also carved. It's a carved face in the mask, but it like protrudes out from it. There's black paint on the mask, and then there's two rows of like red string that outline the entire thing, that like outline the entire shape. It gives like it's meant to be a shield to cover the body. I see the two. I see the two of you going on some type of like, what the hell? Like some type of, sorry about that, Divine. I see the two of you going on some type of like trip where you just do it because, like, why not? It's that type of trip. And then the two of you find yourselves in some type of jungle esque territory. Okay? Is giving very like sorry. Is giving very like Crocodile Dundee. Sorry, it's really funny. The Crocodile Dundee energy, it's incredibly jovial, you know? It really is. Um there's some type of like personality, like a spirit of personality that the person you're with carries that reminds you of Crocodile Dundee, I suppose. I'm also hearing that this person loves to say the word Geronimo. I don't know what that's about. Excuse me. I need to remember to breathe. They're saying I hiccup because I forget to breathe. Okay. Okay. Let me see what else is here because they're showing me a lot about this partnership, about this relationship. They're showing me this man bringing warm towels and placing them on your body. I'm seeing someone, but I'm seeing like you know. I'm seeing you like laid out. Um, it's not like I think maybe it's either or. There, I feel like you were on the bed, but I also feel like maybe there's like a massage table or something that he may use too. But I see him coming over and bringing like hot towels and placing them like on your upper back, on your lower back. Like I see him caretaking your body a lot. And I think it's because he's an athlete himself. So he does a lot of like, what is this? He's showing me the drills that he does for the soccer league. Like, you know, when they have those squares and they have to, and they're used to practice their agility. And so they're like, you know, like in the squares. That's what he's showing me that he does when he's practicing. So I feel here like he does something here where he really wants to take care of, you know, like his body, and I feel like he does that for you. Like I feel here like he encourages you to take care of your body as though you're an athlete, just like him. You know, I feel here like that's one of his love languages. Like he does his love language is like caretaking. It could be touch, but I feel here it's more so the acts of service. Like how can I be useful to you? Oh. Okay. I feel here like this person could have a lot of dog like energy to them. You know, like they may stick their tongue out a lot. I don't think that he drools a lot, but they're showing me it's like the loyalty, like a dog spirit. This person has like a dog like spirit. Okay, I think we're gonna switch. Thank you. Hmm. I feel here like they said something about like a snow cone or getting a snow cone. I know, very random, but that's what came through here. Someone may end up taking like some mini break where they go to get a snow cone and they run into somebody at the little shack when they go to get a snow cone. I think that's just for someone to keep in mind here. Okay. All right, maybe I'll pull tarot. I'm not getting too much. I was wondering if any type of world events would come through or something like that. Oh, why did they say Panama? They said that Panama is going to change their flag soon. They're saying that they're going to start changing flags soon without getting community's approval, without getting the citizens' approvals. That's what that will be in the news. I heard in 6 months, within or over the course of the next 6 months, there will be stories, breaking news in some type of way or something, articles talking about how certain countries are combining flags or they're going to change their flag and what it stands for or how it looks. There's a reorganization of alliances and powers. They're also telling me something. I'm only going to say this because I feel an energy telling me not to say too much. They're like, don't say too much, okay? They're telling me something about a deal that is being made between Mongolia and the UK. I know the UK is like a very it's like it's a lot of different countries in there, but that's what I'm getting. Like Mongolia making some type of deal with the United Kingdom or United Nations or something. Look, and then there goes my toilet. It starts running randomly. That shit is so annoying. It is so annoying. It's like they're trying to send like a warning signal or something, like not too much. Like, in the other reading that I did, I think it was the one where I said this message got cut off because of it. Literally during that reading, it's like 3 a.m. and my shower randomly goes on. It starts like dripping water. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's because it's what is that? What is that? It's the curator. It's the curator doing that. What is that man called in the Jim Carrey movie? The architect. It's the architect. The source one. Source one is the name of the architect. Mic drop. They said that's who you're talking to. You connect with the I connect to the architect. Okay, I'm gonna pull out of that. I'm gonna pull out of that. Let me reorient. Can we see what that architect energy was about? Show me, what is the architect energy about? Thank you, Divine. Oh, okay. We'll do this one. So we have the Knight of Swords that came out with the Seven of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Coins. Death, Four of Swords, King of Wands, Temperance. I'm going to start the message now. I do feel like you connect to the grand architect. I feel like that's just a given. If any energy that's going to come through and be the architect, it's going to be a king of swords and or an emperor energy and a hierophant energy as well. But I feel here there's a message for me to share directly from these cards. The Seven of Cups and King of Swords is someone who's hiding themselves, or someone here who knows what's going on, but they're acting or playing like they don't know. Okay. And this King of Swords, who's in this Seven of Cups energy, like someone amongst the crowd, someone significant amongst the crowd. I feel like they know that they're there. And then and then and then there's a Queen of Coins here. I like this because this King of Swords is actually represented as a griffin energy. You know, I really like that. But I feel here it shows that this King of Swords in particular, he really feels like a serious protective energy. This is giving the energy of someone who's wearing a bulletproof vest. That's what they're telling me. So this person is wearing a bulletproof vest as he's like watching or stalking or maintaining a perimeter around sorry, there's the Knight of Swords here, maintaining a perimeter around a Queen of Coins, because someone has a King of Wands here, Four of Swords, and Death. I feel here like a King of Wands has been trapped and they can't get out. Okay? I'm putting that very lightly. Death and Four of Swords. This is like a King of Wands is compromised. Like a King of Wands is compromised. Death and Four of Swords. I don't know if this person needs to be taken out or if a King of Swords is watching a King of Wands who's trying to take somebody else out. Because the Queen of Coins here is like right in the middle of the two of them. Let's continue. Show me what's happening in this situation. Thank you. Can you show me the King of Swords, Seven of Cups, Knight of Swords? Okay, Queen of Coins. Queen of Coins, we have the Three of Coins. On the King of Swords, we have the Six of Swords. Show me King of Wands, Death, Four of Swords. King of Wands, Death, Four of Swords. The Hanged Man. Yeah. Yo. I'm somebody's name could be Randy or Randolph. Love you. I feel here that there is a person of security who is going to be around a Queen of Coins. This Queen of Coins is going to be at work, or she's going to be somewhere that has to do with work. That's what I'm getting with the Three of Coins, like an independent contract, some type of deal, some type of like agreement, like, yeah, I'll show up and I'll go do this thing. And then you go visit an institution or a university, something like this Three of Coins. I feel the Queen of Coins is on some type of business agreement. She's following some type of business agreement plan. And then while she's there, there's a security member here who is watching Seven of Cups from the crowd. And I feel here this King of Swords, he's a protector. He's going to Six of Swords, like take her away somewhere or make sure that he can take her off to safety, because a King of Wands has a plan that I feel like they want to enact. And they have the King of Swords here ready to take this person down. But they want to take this person down while catching them in the act. the Hanged Man, Four of Swords, and Death. So it's like there's no denying what the intentions were or what was going on. Ace of Coins. He said, yeah, that's right. Three of Swords. Judgment. Three of Swords, Three of Coins. And then there's an Ace of Coins and Judgment. I feel here like someone's gonna say like you can't hang around here, you can't be around a certain place. Three of Swords and Three of Pentacles is like, oh wait, I thought that I was supposed to be here. And then Three of Swords is like, nope, like you are gravely mistaken. Like this is the Three of Swords. Like this is something that's actually supposed to be hurtful. These aren't people who want to help or support you. With the Three of Coins here, like I feel like the Queen of Coins is under that impression, but really each person here, each member of this organization is actually trying to traumatize someone. Or Three of Swords, create a lot of heartbreak, upset, pain. And as soon as this is figured out, I feel like this King of Swords is going to clear the air. And as he clears the air and tells her like, hey, Six of Swords, we're going to take you out of this situation. Or what's happening here is he's going to give her an Ace of Coins that gives her the freedom to get out of some type of situation. Because a King of Wands over here, he must be stopped at all costs. And it's not Five of Swords energy, it's death energy. That's at all costs, no matter what. Ace of Swords, that's the truth. I feel like this King of Wands is someone who you kind of knew. This King of Wands could even be someone who, with the Six of Cups energy, you are familiar to them. Give me a second. Yeah, look at all those roses. I feel like you know this person, but eventually, like, I don't think you got that close. 10 of Swords reversed, maybe you picked up on something sneaky. Yeah, Four of Cups. You could have picked up on some like strange or snake-like or some sneaky type of behavior from this King of Wands. And so you decided to just protect yourself from them, but you do know them. And with the Ace of Swords and the Six of Cups, you've had conversations with this person. You've talked to this person. This coming through with the Temperance and the Ace of Swords is a clarity that brings you a peace of mind with this situation. I mean, most Thai said that it's Five of Swords anyway. Five of Swords, Ace of Swords. And those Thai is like, let's call it what it is. Exactly that. These are malicious people. These are mean. This is giving mean-spirited. It's not like, oh, they're just jealous or envious. Death to the Four of Swords, the Hanged Man. This is someone who is a threat to society. Five of Swords here, like they need to be stopped, the Chariot and the Five of Swords. Like this is someone who needs to be put under a watch because they are threatening people in the community. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this here. It's like, I'm going to tell you this. I'm getting like there's a phone call that is a tip off. Ace of Swords, like someone calls this King of Swords, gives them a tip off. The King of Swords goes to this area, and then this Five of Swords energy, who is mean-spirited or possessed or doing something really terrible with the Death and the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man, he ends up getting surrounded by all of these officers or by this Chariot energy. They're even telling me here, like you could have felt telepathically in some way this person trying to call you back to this area or to call you back to wherever it was that he had plans to do this. You're going to get, I feel here there's going to be compensation for like emotional what is it called? Like emotional injury, moral injury, like emotional afflictions. Like when you sue somebody for like pain and suffering, like there's going to be that here. You're going to be compensated for it. And I feel like however you're compensated, I don't even think it's about the money. I feel like there's still the situation itself being resolved, and them catching this person is the celebration in and of itself. But of course, you're very grateful that there's support that comes from it. Seven of Swords and the Three of Cups just popped up. I feel here that this is somebody who you may have thought of was a friend at this organization, and they're not. I'm hearing they weren't. Yeah, Five of Cups, Page of Swords. Whoever they are this King of Wands. This is his energy, the King of Wands. The Fool to the Six of Coins. However this plays out, or with this playing out how it does, that's what I want to say. With this playing out how it does, a Page of Swords and a Five of Cups, it's like this person they had some type of vendetta against you or against an organization that you were a part of. And they watched you succeed and do well. As a Queen of Coins here, that's a money maker. And it brought them depression and upset. They feel like they lost out. They feel like they felt victimized by whatever happened. Five of Cups to the Page of Swords. There's something here about how you don't accept these people who keep trying to re-traumatize you. Instead, you ask for what it is that you need, and it is given to you with the Six of Coins. And then the Fool energy, you try again. And it's either that you try again, or you try something new, or you get a new idea, or it's like you get the new lease on life. The Fool energy. So whoever this person was, they would consistently try to re-traumatize you. And you come out of that bobbing and weaving, and maybe you see it is a Ten of Swords. But with the Fool energy here, I feel like you're able to see it, to acknowledge it, and to call a spade a spade. And with the Fool energy, like this can be forgiveness, but I feel here it's like you set yourself free. Six of Coins to the Fool. The Moon and the Fool. I want to try another deck, please. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's try Dragon Tarot. Hold on, I want a piece of mango. Hold on. Yo, I have been on mango lately, just like some dried mango. It is so good. Okay. Excuse me, pardon me. Okay, let's see. Ah, yes, the sun has come back. Okay, so the Fool energy has come out again. Welcome to the Temple of the High Priestess. Behind it we have, what is that? Can you see? The Lovers. This is the higher love energy. There must be a higher love. Six of Coins. Welcome to the Temple of the High Priestess. The same energy, the same cards. This is somebody's message. Whoever this King of Wands was to you, I feel that they have made several attempts on you. Okay? I don't know what that they were trying to plan and all of that stuff. I don't feel like it matters anymore, because you have this King of Swords who's been protecting you. I'm hearing keeping you safe. I feel here, but there's an unexpected gift between the both of you, between the two of you, with the Six of Coins, the Fool, and the Lovers. Four of Coins reversed. And then we have Two of Wands. Wow. And then the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Yo. Yo. That's some wild shit. This King of Swords is in love with you. And I'm hearing them say, it would be my honor to join you in this new cycle of your life. And whoever he is, he's gotten rid of your biggest problem. This King of Wands. He has gotten rid of your biggest problem. Is there anything else you want to show me? Maybe not. Here we go. Hierophant. That's some shit. Hierophant fell out on top of the Two of Wands, and the King of Wands is energy that's all over here, as I have been showing you. Okay? This is higher order power, higher order authority. This is like someone who has the power to call shots and to tell people to surround someone, to tell people to go to jail. This is somebody who says like, I'm getting something here about how like when you get approached by people like this, you don't have the same rights as you think that you do. Like, that's what I'm getting here. Like, maybe somebody wants to try to claim like freedom of speech or something, but when you get surrounded by people like this, freedom of speech barely means anything. It's like that's how much power and authority that they have here. It's like when someone does something or they try to attempt a certain type of a crime, it's like these people who show up to protect everybody else in this society or to protect everybody else in the community or that place, wherever that person was. It's like that, whoever that person was, like who's trying to threaten it, they forfeit over their bodily rights or something. You know, like when they try to go after someone and they immediately like slam their head on the car, on the hood of the car, and like put them in handcuffs, or this is giving me, whoa, this is giving the energy of like, when you see the target, tackle him. That's what it's giving. Okay. Six of Swords. When this happens, okay, well, I feel like they don't want me to say that part. So what I'm going to say is this happening for you brings in peace and closure and resolution. And I feel like this is the biggest gift of all, coming from the higher love, coming from the Most High Divine, coming from Source One, the architect, code creator. Okay? It's like, here you go, honey. Be at peace, move towards peace. There you go. And I feel here like in order for the Six of Swords to feel like peace for you, this King of Wands had to get handled. And handled he has been. They want me to close it out here. They said no more cards. I'm going to close out the energy of this reading. There goes my phone. Thank you all for joining me for the sun channeling today. Thank you all for joining me for my tarot card pull. Once more, you can call me Anonnie, honey. I am a tarot reader, a channeler, and intuitive for divine source and Christ consciousness and ascended master and celestial body energy. And I deliver prophecies for you all. If you're interested in supporting the channel, I have an Amazon wish list because I want to try out some new skincare products. But nonetheless, and all the more and all the love. Thank you all for joining me. If you want a personal reading, check out my email in the description box as well. I will see you all in the next one. I close the portals I have been peering and looking within and through, Most High Divine Creator. Glory be to Source One and to the Most High. Ashe. Thank you, ancestors. Ashe. I will see you all in the next one, and y'all be good. Thank you for joining me. Bye. Thank you for liking and commenting. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. See